We have, let's see, 2 more projects left to describe. I'd like to invite University of Akron forward to talk about technical training knowledge architecture. Welcome back.
Okay. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention earlier is this project. It's not a solo play. The previous project was done with me and Dr. Lin, and this project is between me and Dr. Wang. So this is a project that this is a 6 months project, mainly literature studies about how current search base can be so smart. So when we were having conversation with FAA, I heard a problem that they had was that they have an internal search engine. And this internal search engine is basically make them feel like they were living in 1980s. Because when they compare with search engines that consumers are using, for example, like Google, that search engine basically cannot give them the useful information. So for example, today the search engine can be really smart. So for example, Google released a feature in 2015, which is called snippet search. The snippet search can directly give you the answers for your questions that extracted from the web page. For example, if you ask Google, say, what's the transmission range of Bluetooth? Google can directly locate a web page, and you can see the highlighted phrase over there says it's approximately 100 meters or 328 feet, and show me the result is approximately 100 meters. On the right hand side, it's another use case. So if I ask Google, what's the impact factor of a journal called IEEE Sensors Journal? And Google can directly go to that sensor journal's website and tell me in 2013, that journal's impact factor is 1.852. That's pretty smart. So FAA people say, how can we get one of those in our internal system? So in this 6 months project, of course, we won't be able to build such a system for them in 6 months. And we want to study how the industry's practice be able to go to this point. So let me show you one example how the state of the art was. So how many of you know a game called Jeopardy? Okay, so in Jeopardy game, people ask you questions, a lot of knowledge, like who is the president in 1968. And there was actually the best player is not a human. The best player is a computer called Watson, built by IBM. So this chart tells you actually a lot of schemes that those kind of question answering approaches are done. So for example, let's say we ask you a question, say in New York State, the longest period of daylight occurs in which month? So if it were you, how would you answer that question? You probably think about, okay, it's New York State, so it's in the North Hemisphere. If North Hemisphere and longest daylight means it's maybe summer, right? So summer is likely to be in June, July, August, right? So that's how you answer the question. So how the computer answers the question is, first of all, you need to build some databases to understand New York is in which country and this country is in which hemisphere. And if it's in North Hemisphere, whether you have summer in the middle of the year or you have summer by the end of the year, which like in Australia, the Santa do water skiing. And so by querying through many such of the database tables, you will be able to say, okay, the longest month in New York State, the longest daytime in New York State occurs in July. So that's how computer answers questions. So you basically construct a lot of knowledge bases, and you'll be able to break down the elements in a sentence to find a way to query those databases and put pieces together, then you answer this question. So this is one example, we will do a literature survey through papers and through contact with our industry partners, and in this case, our industry partner happens to be Google, and we'll ask them how they do it, and we'll submit a report after 6 months to tell our FAA sponsor how the industry has been able to do that. And if possible, we would like to be able to test 1 or 2 approaches that is already in the literature to see whether they can really give FAA a better search engine. All right, thank you very much.